Daicos keeps it in. Rocky's old man. Daicos!
Nick Daicos, one of the most hardworking and humble individuals. He is set to follow in his father and brother's footsteps as he is eligible for the draft in 2021. Nick started his football journey at Graythorne Park with the Graythorne Football Club Auskick program. But look away now, Collingwood fans. He adopted Carlton as one of his favourite teams. As a 12-year-old, Nick decided to move to the Kew Rovers to play in the age group above with his schoolmates. Nick would then taste success not once but twice, going back-to-back with under 14 and under 15 flags. After his second premiership with Kew Rovers Football Club, Nick would then cap off that amazing year with a Best and Fairest award for the YJFL Under 15 Division 1 as a 14-year-old. He then would join the Oakley Chargers in the development program, Collingwood Next Generation Academy as a father-son prospect, all while starting at a new school at Carey Grammar. At Carey Grammar, he would learn off the likes of Matt Rowell and Naira Anderson, and in 2019, he can now call himself an APS Premiership player. Welcome Nick Daicos to Talent Talk Tuesday.
Hi everyone, welcome to Talent Talk. Today our special guest is Nick Daicos. Thanks Nick for joining us.
No worries, thanks for having me, boys.
Beautiful. So a few of our viewers will probably have heard your name around the traps. So I guess we just want to know, where did you actually start your football journey, and at what age did you first start?
Yeah, so I began doing Auskick, as most do, as a 4 or 5 year old, I think. And that slowly progressed towards juniors at Graythorne Falcons. So yeah, no, I loved it. All right, cool. And then from that, you went and you weren't at Graythorne the whole time. You switched over to Kew, didn't you, from memory? Yeah. At the beginning of year 7, so I think under 12s, I went over to Kew Rovers, and yeah.
Oh, fun. And I remember you playing always up an age group. Is that something that you did just because, or is that by design?
Well, yeah, I actually I only did 1 year of kindergarten, so I went to school a bit early. Primary school a bit early. Mum pushed me out the house, and so yeah, all my mates were playing in that year level. So I chose to play with them, which was fortunate. I got to play with them.
Yeah, and did you find it helped your development in football a bit faster playing against older kids?
Yeah, I think for sure it helped me. I think it was a very good experience, and it's something that has definitely helped me along the way.
Okay. Oh well, that's awesome. Have you? I know you've only played mainly APS recently, and not too much at Oakley. From training there and also APS, how have you found the differences between the two leagues? Do you find APS to be a stronger league overall, or would you say Oakley and the NAB league's probably stronger?
Yeah, as you said, it's probably a bit tough for me to comment on because I've only trained with Oakley during the pre-season. Being able to play this year, but yeah, no, they're both very good talent programs. They've both got their pros. I don't know. That's a tough question. As I said, I haven't played in TAC, so until I play, it's probably a bit hard to judge. But no, I enjoy both, so it's good.
Oh, good. And is there anything outside of football that keeps you sane? I know that a lot of people expect footballers to just concentrate on football. Is there other stuff that you like doing outside of footy?
Yeah, just getting down to the beach. I love my basketball, so yeah, spending my downtime watching plenty of basketball.
Who do you follow in the basketball?
Oklahoma City.
Oh yeah, they're doing so.
Yeah, no, they're going all right. They're overachieving, which I'm proud of.
That's good. Are you? Were you there for Kevin Durant? Is that what for you?
Yeah, I was heartbroken that day, but
yeah, so was I.
Move on.
Brendan, do you have a question?
Yep, I just wanted to go back and touch on a bit of your pathway, in particular for the Kew Rovers. So when you were in that under 15s age group and you won the flag and you're undefeated, there started to be a bit more pressure on you throughout that year. In particular, when you kicked that 12-goal haul, obviously against Burundara that day. How did you deal with that pressure, and what sort of things did you put in place to continue that development?
Yeah, well, like I don't so much see it as pressure. I'm more I just see it like it's a bit of praise, which is always nice. But as most people do, I've got my small circle of people that I really listen to, and like a bit of the external noise you try and block out, because just as quickly as they praise you, they'll also slam you, and if you take too much of it in, you'll be a wreck. So yeah, no, it was definitely nice. And you're right, it did sort of start kicking off at that year, but I just sort of view it as an opportunity to rise and hopefully meet the expectations. So whether that's through training or off-field preparation, that's just where you got to optimize that in order to meet those expectations. So yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. So just based on expectations, what type of expectations do you put on yourself, and where do you see, or where do you hope you can get your football level to?
Like just the highest level I can really possibly play. If that's TAC or VFL or hopefully AFL, which I'm aspiring to do, yeah. Just get the most out of myself and ensure that I left nothing out on the table, really.
Yeah. And is there anyone that you've trained with or that you've played with that you were like, wow, I've really got to push myself to get to their level? Is there anyone that's kind of inspired you along the way?
Yeah, no, for sure. I went to Carey across in year 10, and it was pretty standout with Noah and Rowley.
Yeah.
In particular, Rowley, even at trainings, he'd be getting the best out of himself, and like, oh, he's an absolute star, and he'd be playing at higher levels. He had his Vic Metro trainings and his Oakley trainings, but he'd still come to school training with the same mindset, just to get better each session. And every drill, it was evident that he was just trying to get better, and that's something that I really took note of. And as everyone knows now, he's an absolute star, and he's going to be a star. So it clearly works for him. So if I can try and put some of that into my own game, yeah, that would be nice.
That's beauty. And I just a few more from me. So I wanted to know, is there any players at the moment that you want to model your game off, and who inspires you to play football?
Oh, who inspires me?
The one player you go, wow, I want to do that, you know?
Yeah, no, that's a bit of a. I do like watching Lockie Whitfield. I really enjoy watching his game, and the way he very damaging by foot and his running capacity. It's something that I aspire to do.
So, Nick, through all your journey throughout football, obviously being coached by your dad and other dads along the journey, like Tony Free, into Oakley, into Interleague, under Joe Mesjek and the like. Who's been your biggest inspiration, or a coach that's helped you along the journey through that into APS as well?
Yeah, well, as you said, I had Dad majority of my Q Rovers time, and he was probably a big influence on me. And I really appreciated that it wasn't like I was his son during his coaching time. It was more as if I was just another player. So yeah, just learnt a bit from Dad, which was nice. And as you said, Tony Free, those two coaches were very good for me and helped me progress during those years. So yeah, I really appreciate them.
And your experience with the NGA, the Next Generation Academy, and obviously being a father-son prospect, how have you found that pathway system and the opportunities you've gained through the Collingwood Football Club in the pathway system?
No, it's been very good. Reef, Luke Calvey, Huey Dibb and I, we've all been Chargers boys, and we've gone down there and trained and stuff, and it's been very handy, and we're very appreciative of it. Craig Black and Mitch Cook, they've set up a great program there. And yeah, we've learnt a lot. We've been able to use the facilities, which has been great, and introduce ourselves to a couple of players along the way, and they've had time for us to teach us a few things, which has also been a major bonus. So yeah, we're really grateful.
That's awesome. And just two last questions from me, Nick. Number one, just for some of the younger kids that are aspiring to try and push through the pathways, is there any advice you've got for them moving through?
Yeah, probably just have your fun with footy. Don't take it too serious at a young age, but obviously also try and improve and just go into every training session. It's very easy if you're sore or not really in the mood just to get through, but really try and get something out of the session and identify a weakness or a strength that you want to improve on, and maybe grab a teammate or a coach and just keep working on that.
Okay, beautiful. And my last one from me is, do you love playing football, or is it something that you do just because you're good at it?
No, I love playing footy. It's been pretty
Love
evident
it.
during this tough time this year. Yeah, it was something that's always been a relief for me, and it just clears my mind. And yeah, I love playing
Okay. Good. All right. Well, that's awesome. And let's hope the Blues don't make the finals, hey?
it. After yesterday's performance against the Crows, I don't know if there's any chance.
I've got one
Yeah, I
last
know, right?
one last question from me. Obviously, being in year 12, the next stage of footy is going to be different for you. But going over the last few years, obviously through club football, through the YJFL, interleague, and APS football, you've obviously tasted a bit of success. What is your biggest highlight in your career thus far?
Sorry, Brendan. I don't know if you're going to like this one, but it would have had to have been the game against Caulfield last year. I haven't really played in a game that's been hyped up so much, and with the crowd. And yeah, there was a bit of pressure that game for all of us players. And I think to come out and play the way we did and get the win was something that, yeah, I'll cherish for the rest of my life.
Yeah, good stuff. No, that was an unbelievable game, that atmosphere. I've never been a part of myself, so that was unbelievable. And the stand of that game was AFL-like, so it was brilliant.
For sure.
All right, beautiful. Well, thank you very much, Nick, for coming on today for our debut episode of Talent Talk. Hopefully we have you on closer to the drafts, and maybe you can give us some insight on some of your teammates.
No worries. Thanks for having me, boys.
All right, beautiful.
All right,
Thanks.
cheers, Nick.